Hi, I'm Mark with Macroscopic Solutions, and today what I want to do is a quick video to show users how to swap out the rack and pinion stage and the universal stage that's mounted on the rotary stage by Cognisys. So all of the systems as they arrive in 2024 and later are going to be coming equipped with the rotary stage installed. This base unit down here, which is basically a dome that provides the sample with really excellent lighting, is going to be pre-installed underneath the rotary stage. In the center here we have different staging mechanisms for you to hold your specimen. This is just one of the peg stages. You can actually thread this directly down the center, and in the top here there's a little hole. You can just place your pinned specimens. This is going to be for large specimens, things like butterflies, hummingbirds, but let's say you're working with smaller pin specimens and point mounts. This is when you're going to want your universal stage, which is basically going to consist of a post that you can thread directly into the rotary stage here, and you can centralize this stage directly on the rotary stage, allowing you to manipulate your specimen with great control and ease. You can rotate your specimen using the rotary stage. There's also a little point mount pin that comes up through the center here that you can rotate your pin specimen as well. But in case it's not intuitive for everybody to know how to swap this stage out for the rack and pinion stage, which is commonly used for staging specimens inside boxes, doing panoramics and things like that, I just want to show everybody how to do this right now. So we're going to place this over here to the side. What I'd recommend is that if you have any stage, either your universal stage or the peg I just talked about, I'd recommend removing those. And right now it's as simple as basically I'm going to place my finger right underneath to brace this stage, and I'm just going to twist. So basically I'm going to start to rotate this directly out, and it'll pop off just like that. You can see my adapter's pretty old. Yours is going to look a little bit newer. At the moment I am mounting this stage with a 3/8 tapered screw, and the way that this diffuser is situated, basically I can pop this off gently. You don't want to break it, but basically you just want to maneuver it so that you can remove your rotary stage, just so you can see how this comes apart. On the bottom here, I have mine open to full 3/8. The systems are going to come pre-installed with a 1/4 inch adapter, so you can thread that directly into the bottom, and the screw that you want to use if that's the situation is this screw here, which comes with everybody's system. I like the 3/8. Believe it or not, we didn't start including these 3/8 until 2023, so the later systems are going to have this type of mounting, but it's really quite nice and easy to install without even having to do an Allen just like this. The other thing I want to mention is that sometimes for working distance, you can see that my plate here is positioned out towards the front. Sometimes it's good to pop these two screws out. What you'll use for that is a 9/64 Allen, which everybody should be receiving this Allen kit. You just pop these two screws out, turn it around, and you can also face it that direction, which is what I would recommend doing if you're going to mount your rack and pinion stage. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that. So I'm going to take a 9/64 and just unthread these. These are loose now. You want to make sure that this light bar, this holds your flashes if this is where you want to place your flashes, but you want to keep that in the same orientation. You only want to flip around the top base plate. Go ahead and tighten these down, and everything should bolt up center once you torque this down. You don't want to torque it too tight. You don't want to strip any of the threads. So you can see I'm not turning my Allen this direction and using leverage. I'm just keeping it vertical and basically twisting very gently until everything is snug. The next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to mount my rack and pinion stage. Now, everyone receives 4 screws with this stage for mounting. So you can see I have all 4 here. These are 3mm Allen drives. So I'm going to place this 9/64 right back. And what I'd recommend doing is only using two. So basically one in one corner and one in the opposing corner. You don't need all four. Four is overkill. It's going to be very snug if you did that. But at the very least, if you have two, it's going to be center and it's going to be snug. So I'm just going to, same thing, just twist that down and twist this down. Just rotate until it's snug. These might be a little bit trickier just because the stand is closer to where the drive mechanism is. You might have to pull the Allen out and readjust it every once in a while. Okay, almost there. Alright, one more turn. Nope, still not quite. There we go. Okay, so it's nice and snug now. The other thing that you could do, remember that this stage here is meant to hold a box. This is where you mount your specimens. The box shields the light from contacting the specimen, and you'll be shooting like this in most cases. You want to find a jewelry box or use the box that we supplied. However, if you want, you could use a 2.5mm Allen. We've now created these slide mount stages. So this, you can just take off these 4 screws. Again, you only need to use 2, and you can just pop this one on if you want. This will allow you to illuminate stages, slides. There's also a groove down here, so if you want more oblique illumination, so that you really want to show cells or relief or something like that in your sample, you want to shine light up through this groove. But if you want a really nice reflected light image, you want to basically place your lights behind this barrier, and you don't want to shine the light up directly through that groove. You want to shoot it more standard as the way the Macropod would normally be shooting. So know that this is now an option for you. The other thing that's actually quite nice is I've made this stage so that it has these threaded holes at the bottom. So if you wanted to actually use a slide mount stage using your universal stage and the rotary stage, you can actually just place this right here, and you'll take the thread and you'll thread it directly through the universal stage, and then you can actually mount this right on top of the rotary stage as well. So just know that that is now an option for 2024 users and beyond. Now what I want to do is just install the rack and pinion, but let's say you're going back to the universal stage. I want to show everyone how to go back to this. So again, we're going to take our 3mm Allen, and we're going to pop off our stage. There's one screw. Go ahead and grab the others. Almost. Okay, so this stage is now clear. We're going to take our 9/64 back. And remember, we want to turn this plate around. Okay, we're going to pop that off, turn it around. And if you want, sometimes it might actually be easier while this is off to actually go ahead and mount your stage right now. So if you want, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll do it that way. So again, you want to take your diffuser mount, just pop it directly on over top of the stage like this. Now just be aware that this edge is not parallel to the stepper motor. This is actually going to be hanging off at an angle, but you do want this edge to be parallel with this plate here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that base plate, and remember I have those 2 screws in there. Actually, Now that I think about it, yeah, you do want to bolt this down because you want to get your hand under there. You're not going to have a whole lot of clearance to actually bolt these screws in. You could certainly do what I was about to do if you're installing the rack and pinion, but perhaps for the universal stage and the rotary stage, not so much. So again, I'm going to go ahead and bolt those down. I've turned that plate around. It's facing that direction now. Now we're going to take our 3/8 screw. I'm just going to take my finger, pop it up through the center here, and then find the thread, and I'm just going to start to twist until it grabs. And sometimes, because you want this oriented a certain way, so you can see that's tight, so what I'll do now is I'll take my hand and I'm actually going to twist the bolt out with the stage. So I'm tightening it with my hand right now, and I'm just gently making it so that now it's snug in this position. And you can see I have the stepper is parallel, which is not what you want. You want this edge to be parallel, so this is going to be parallel with everything else. I just want to tighten the 9/64 down a little bit. I can feel that they're still sort of wiggling down there, a little loose. There we go. Now it's nice and tight, nice and snug. Place our Allen back, and that's how you're going to swap out stages. Just so everybody knows, this light dome, everybody who has a system should know by now that the light dome is very important at diffusing light and also blocking direct light coming from the flash units. On here, this edge will bite, but I do have some dental wax spread on the surface here to sort of make the bond a little bit better. So it's good to just make sure that that dental wax is still in a good spot where it's biting, so that basically it stays really nice and snug. Also know that back here there are these 3 Velcro blotches that come with it. That's so that you can adhere some sort of a felt or anything else to modify the background. If you want a pure black background, you leave it as is. If you want a white or a gray background, you just adhere a white felt or a gray felt. So again, this is how you would go about swapping out the stages. Real quick, while I have you, what I will do is show you how to mount the slide stand which I've created. So what I'm going to do, I have a little screw. I'm just going to thread it up through the center. Okay, so you can see, took a little bit of time, but now my stage is now mounted on here. I can rotate this. So what I'll do is go ahead and we'll add the post. Place this stage and clamp it. And remember, this clamp is, you don't need much force, just gentle force. You just want to stop everything from moving. You don't want to strip that out by accident. And then what you'll do is you'll rotate your stage using the controller so that the slide is now parallel to the camera. And that's it. So now you have a very nice handy way to image slides. So I just want to show everybody that, which is kind of a neat up and coming thing. These will be available on our website. And again, I hope this video was informative and instructive at showing you how to swap out individual stages. Alright, thanks again for listening. Until next time, talk with you then. Have a great day.